All right, guys, I've just got to get something off my chest. And this is, please, as a personal favor to me, do not do deadlifts in the squat rack. Tuesday morning, okay, wake up extra early, got a really long workout. My girlfriend and I are in the gym. I just did my pistol squats, worked up to 2 sets of 5 with a 100-pound dumbbell, going over to do my 20-rep barbell squats. And we have in the gym like 4 squat racks, okay? We have like a power rack and 3 actual squat racks. And one of them is my squat rack, okay? It's just a different angle. I mean, everybody who lifts weights knows that there's always like the one special bench, the one special squat rack that you like to use, and you're pissed off if you can't use it, okay? Every single one of the squat racks, including the power rack, are being used, okay? Which isn't that big of a problem. I mean, there's, people are going to be using it. I'm surprised. And where the hell do you find a gym where they have any squat racks, much less 4 squat racks, and all of them are being used at the same time? I mean, crazy, okay? My squat rack is being used by a guy doing deadlifts. Now, the funny thing is, people complain. They're like talking, well, don't do curls in the squat rack, and stuff like that. I actually have no problem. If you're using a straight bar, okay, I don't do curls anymore. I just do calisthenics with weight. But back decades ago when I used to do curls, I had like a straight bar. I was doing curls at like 135 pounds back then. And yeah, you don't want to pick up the weight off the ground, and 135 pounds, there are people that don't do squats with 135 pounds, okay? So I actually don't have a problem with somebody doing curls in the squat rack. One of the guys wasn't doing squats. He was doing like bent over rows. Once again, I mean, he's picking up, this heavy weight, bending over and doing bent over rows. No problem with him doing that in the squat rack, okay? If somebody's going to go ahead and do like a military press, instead of cleaning it off the ground, you just like pick it up off the squat rack and then do your military press. No problem with that. This guy was doing deadlifts in the fucking squat rack. I could not believe it. And also, back in the day, I used to do stiff-legged deadlifts. And yes, it is better to pick it up off the squat rack and start at the top. Okay, but this guy wasn't doing stiff-legged deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts or anything like that. He was doing bent knee deadlifts. Okay, deadlifts. It's a dead weight that you are lifting off the ground. And he was lifting it off the squat rack. He wasn't lifting it off the ground. So I can't do squats. I need to wait. Plus, of all the squat racks, okay, to be desecrated by a person doing fucking deadlifts, it's my squat rack. I mean, I felt like going up to the guy and being like, dude, this is, I was here. And it's like, dude, I've been here for like 20 minutes and nobody's, no. I mean, like last Friday, I was doing leg day and, it's Tuesday again. So, I was here like last Friday, man. This is my shit. But I didn't want to say that. But, I mean, of course, I wanted to. I can't fucking believe this. He picked up the weight, went down almost to the ground, and then came back up again. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? The weight's supposed to be on the ground. You're supposed to pick it up and then put it back down again. So anyway, and the funny thing is this, is like, okay, first of all, that is the one exercise that you should be doing from the ground. There's no excuse. You're doing it fucking wrong. You're not getting the benefits of the exercise if you're not starting from the ground and picking it up and putting it back on the ground again. But there is actually, not for this purpose, but for stiff-legged deadlifts and shrugs and stuff, a deadlift platform. Specifically for people who want to do deadlifts and they don't want to put the bar on the ground. And as a matter of fact, it is right next to my squat rack. So when he's over here doing his deadlifts in my squat rack and he looks in the mirror, he sees the deadlift platform behind him. And when he turns around, when he's done doing deadlifts in my squat rack, he sees the deadlift platform, and he's not careful, he is going to trip over the deadlift platform behind him. But instead, he chooses to do deadlifts in my squat rack. So, please, as a public service announcement, I don't care if you curl in the squat rack. I don't care if you do military press, bent over rows, stiff-legged deadlifts, anything. But please, for the love of fucking everything holy, do not do fucking deadlifts in the goddamn squat rack. Thank you.